Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Welcome to chrisIsTalkin. This is my weekly anime review for One Piece, and this is for episode 746. And it's like quick brief overview over 745 because I didn't do a review for it last week, as it was pretty much loads of crying and still shots and just the conclusion to the end of the Dressrosa arc, which was pretty nice and great to see. But I didn't really feel like there was that much to talk about, especially as other reviews to do. So I wanted to kind of leave that till I can use it for this review. So yeah, so pretty much 745 was just the end of the Dressrosa arc. I'm bringing you into what's going to be happening in the new future arcs, and you may have noticed that they mentioned Zoe. For example, Trafalgar Law was actually saying to Bartolomeo, "Oh, just hurry up and take us to Zoe." So if you don't know, eventually we're going to be going to the Zoe arc. But if you did see from the end of the episode, there was like the quick scene of like what's going to happen next week episode. Next week episode, it's actually going to be a filler arc for just a little bit. I'm pretty sure it won't be too long, which hopefully it's not. But yeah, so it's going to do something with like coal and all this kind of stuff. So it's interesting. But to be honest, I'm pretty happy it's going into a quick filler arc because we are actually quite close to where we are in the manga. So sometimes it's actually pretty nice to just have a decent filler arc with a decent like main bad guy and a nice little plot, just to keep us entertained and amused, so that we don't end up having rushed or like really dragged out episodes of One Piece like we used to have before, when we had no filler arcs and we're literally just watching panels and panels of fields and shit like we did in Dressrosa. So yeah, so this is good. So for me, I'm pretty happy about that. I'm not pretty happy, but I'm accepting. I accept that we're having a filler arc. What about you guys? What do you guys think about One Piece going on to a filler? Do you guys like the fillers? Have you seen the previous fillers before? Or do you feel like maybe we just keep it like close and have a pause or a break, maybe like a 1 or 2 month break? Personally, I like One Piece a lot, so I wouldn't really want to break. Any One Piece material for me to watch is great. Anyways, that aside, what happened in 746 was literally it was full of exposition, full of information about what's going to be happening in this arc and the following coming arc, not the filler arc, but like the new Zoe arc, and where they're going to. We got to see a lot with Doflamingo speaking. We also got to see Fujitora explaining about how he can't actually go back to any of the Navy bases because of the fact that he hasn't come back with Straw Hat Luffy's head. So yeah, so he's pretty much like scared of Akainu, or not scared, but he just doesn't really want to start any beef because he knows that it was his job, but he needs to save face. But then Sengoku said to him, if he just goes and apologizes to Akainu, then Akainu can save face to the rest of the Navy and they can try and figure something out. But he's like, nah, fuck that shit. So he's literally like, I'm gonna drop off, I think he's gonna drop off, what's his name, Doflamingo, and then bounce, because yeah, otherwise he's in deep shit as well. As well as that, so with the Doflamingo, really good, like was this monologue? Not really a monologue, he was talking to the other lady. So really good speech from him. Like, I mean, like the animation quality was pretty cool. I mean, he was like tied up to chains, so it wasn't like he was some crazy animation, but like the way the chains were shaking and everything, and like how his face was and how he was laughing, his glasses are still on, still looking like a boss, how he was explaining about the fact that he was holding the reins of all the monsters of the seas. Now that he's been taken out, who's going to be taking control of them, and what do they think is going to happen once the people around the world or know that like they're like was it the military gear, like their guns, their weapons, their drugs and stuff won't be coming to them anymore because Doflamingo was stopped to buy Straw Hat Luffy. I mean, we did get to see, is it 2 episodes back or the last episode back, that a few of the fodder, I mean extremely fodder pirates, were trying to make a huge alliance to take out Luffy, and they got taken out pretty easily by Fujitora when he took down them big buildings, rubble in the sky, and just took them out. So we do know that people are aware of what's happened to Doflamingo and they are not happy. So Luffy's going to be pretty much fucked. And another thing Doflamingo spoke about as well was the power of the will of D, and how they're all coming together now, when are they going to show up, and the dragons and everything like that, celestial dragons, what's going to happen to them, and about how if things are going to happen, if things continue how they're going like they are now, the celestial dragons will end up just being the same as everybody else. And he also mentioned about Goldie Roger, about how he was about for 25 years and he reigned the seas, and after he left, and his arch nemesis or arch enemy, Whitebeard, he also took reign of the seas, but he wasn't the king of the pirates, but he pretty much was. So and what's going to be happening with like the rest of the pirate alliances. I also like how he brought up, sorry I've been speaking quite a lot. Whew, it's pretty hot in here. My hair's a mess, so if you're wondering why I'm wearing a hoodie, you don't want to see what's underneath this. But yeah, he also spoke about how all the different the Yonkos, he spoke about the oh my goodness, the Rush generation, and then you got to see all the different silhouettes of everybody like Kid, Apu. You also got to see Luffy. I like it when you got to see Zoro as well. So Zoro, like, people paid attention to Zoro, and I'll bring up Zoro again later on because I think it's pretty cool about how high his bounty is right now. But yeah, so he spoke a lot about the pirates and about what is going to be happening in the movement of the whole pirating industry. Not DVDs and stuff, but like literally just the whole pirates. So that was a pretty moving speech. So that happened there. We also got to see Bartolmeo's ship. Now Bartolmeo's ship looks like some weird fusion mix up of all the different things that make the Straw Hat Pirates, from Luffy's first pirate, like the lamb head thing from his first ship, to the new one, to Chopper's face, to a big statue of Luffy on the front, to the tomb, the orange fields, to literally so many things on Bartolmeo's ship were about the Straw Hats. Like, not even like in a subtle kind of way. I'm talking about really all up in your face. And I mean, literally, only of us in England, Usopp was like, alright, come on guys, you're not even soul, and plus this guy's a perv, so like, what in the hell? But Luffy found it hilarious. I think that's pretty cool. And the rest of Bartolmeo's crew are just as crazy as Bartolomeo about the Straw Hats, which makes sense because if you're going to be following somebody who's crazy about the Straw Hats, then yeah, you need to be crazy as well, otherwise it's just weird camaraderie. But they're just a bunch of weirdos anyway, but they're helping out, so that's pretty cool. I also like that they brought the Viva card. Yeah, so the cards that they rip off, and how Sabo gave him a big sheet and gave a small piece to every single person there. And we got to see that Bellamy took some as well, took a piece. That's pretty nice. I mean, finally Bellamy's having a bit more of a character progression because of how he was against Luffy throughout the whole series. Finally Bellamy's actually like accepting that Luffy's pretty cool. He's not going to be a follower, but he's going to come if things go down, so that's pretty nice as well. In Dressrosa, we also got to see bloody the Tontatas and the humans are now finally living together. What I found pretty cool, lies, what I found pretty weird was how when King Riku was at the very top and speaking through the microphone to the rest of Dressrosa, they also had Mancherry and her dad, whoever he is, and like he was saying, oh Nick, I am the king of the Tontatas and this is my daughter Mancherry. I'm thinking, yo, you're like 3 inches tall on like some high ass mountain top thing, like plateau. How is everyone seeing you? Because you can just about see King Riku and you're like not even the size of half his head. So I thought that was pretty like, what the hell? But you know, this is One Piece, so let's not dive into what is feasible and what we should believe in and whatnot. But yeah, so that's pretty nice that the Tontatas and the humans are finally living together. They're helping to rebuild Dressrosa because Dressrosa got fucked. Talking about rebuilding Dressrosa, the Tontatas, Leo, the main guy of the Tontatas, he basically gave literally a piece of paper which we saw was the instructions to build 3 statues, one of Kiros, which is pretty badass, one of Luffy as Lucy, that was also pretty cool, and one of God Usopp with his tongue sticking out, which is once again just hilarious. But I'm going to try to use that as thumbnail, guys. Pretty cool. We're going to use that, maybe a few other shots. So finally we got to see more of the Straw Hats have actually left an imprint, boom, in Dressrosa. And Dressrosa, talking about Dressrosa, they're going to the Reverie. So King Riku mentioned the Reverie. If you guys don't remember, the Reverie is where all the different people from around the world, all like the top people, so like the royalty plus the highest people, all come together and have a meeting and just talk about politics and shit like that. And so shit could go down because you don't know who's going to be there, what's going to happen. Is there going to be beef? Is there going to be like, yeah, so the Reverie is always going to be something very, very interesting. I think they're going to go into more detail about that very soon. So maybe after the filler arc, you're going to have more detail about who's going there. So guys, watch out for that. I'm a manga reader, so yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. Another really cool thing we got to see in this episode as well, we got to see Jack's flag, Captain Jack. You guys aren't ready for him? Yeah. Captain Jack. We got to see like a slight silhouette and him speaking about the monologue. He's like, we're going to take back Doflamingo, and like, he's local, man. He's crazy. So I'm pretty happy got to see Captain Jack. And that's about all I can remember off the top of my head right now. Literally, this episode was full of information. Crazy full of information. My mouth has just been I'm just talking. I was literally like sitting down, just trying to take in as much as I could. I was like, come on, how much can I take in? But yeah, so hopefully I was able to talk about as much as possible. So just let you know, thank you very much for subscribing to my channel. I'm almost at the 800 mark, which is really cool because I wasn't anywhere near that like a month ago. I was on like 23 subscribers for like 2 weeks. So things are going very well. Once again, please do like the videos if you like it. Feel free to comment in the section below, as I like to have the theories, leave your theories, discussions, I don't know, just anything really. I want to be able to talk to you guys a bit more. I want you guys to be able to talk to me a bit more. If there's anything I kind of left out or anything, positive criticism is always really good because it helps me learn, become better in this community, especially like names and phrases and locations and more information, things like reveries and stuff like that, because obviously I don't know everything. I'm not going to say I know everything, but I do like talking about everything, so that's what I like to do. Chris is talking. So yeah, so once again, do like, share, subscribe my videos, check out my other playlist. Do subscribe because I'm going to be posting up a Dragon Ball Super review in the next like hour or so, so it'd be pretty cool to watch that. And yeah, don't forget to watch the episode as well. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do, leave a thumbs up and all that, and I'll see you guys soon. Chris is talking. Peace.